Get Heavy Podcast, hosted by Craig Gonzalez. Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is. Quick couple things before we get started. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/getheavypodcast. $1 a month gets you in the door. Early access to episodes and bonus content. Rate, subscribe, follow, and review the podcast on all audio outlets. It really does help. Check out the YouTube. Hit that notifications bell, subscribe button. Doesn't mean shit to you, but it means a lot to me. And check out the merch, localshop.com/getheavypodcast. We got new merch dropping soon. I appreciate everyone that supported so far. Also, go ahead and give us a call on the Get Heavy hotline, 805-666-2314. And you can leave your weird story, message, answer the question of the week, rates, reviews, fucked up shit, send your memes, text, voicemails, whatever you want. Know that it will maybe used on the podcast if it is good. Having said all that, enjoy the episode.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
All right.
Fuck yeah.
Panoramic.
Yeah, man. You've been hitting the gym hard, bro.
Yeah, me and the wife.
I know, man. Carrie's out there fucking winning competitions, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's badass. When did you start? You started doing that during the pandemic?
Yeah, she did it actually like a few months before me. I forget how long exactly, but I just got tired of her coming home, like getting all these gains. I'm like laying in bed, smoking weed, like all lazy as fuck.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, but I've been doing it for, was it 18 months so far?
Yeah. How do you feel? You feel much stronger, like much healthier, or what?
Yeah, much stronger for sure.
That's
definitely.
Cool. Have you lost weight and saw that doing it?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, it's weird. You know, the muscle thing is you're trying to lose weight and then you end up, you know, gaining muscle, you know what I mean? So you're like, fuck, dude. I remember I was working out real hard for like months, dude, and I wasn't losing any weight. I was looking much slimmer, you know what I mean? But I like weight, you know, you kept getting on the scale and I'm like, how the fuck is this happening? And then someone broke it down to me because I'm an idiot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm a sucker for like junk food, dude. It's, you know,
yeah,
always on a budget. There's always fast food around. So
yeah, man. Yeah. So where you live in we're out in LA?
Torrance, the west side
Torrance.
of
Okay.
Los Angeles. I'm in between Redondo Beach and Carson, 15 minutes away from Long Beach.
Yeah. And you've been out there for years at this point.
10 years.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
So I guess I'm a legitimate resident.
I know, man. That's fucking Souther, dude. How dare you? Do you ever get harassed? People harassing you over here or what?
Not over here, actually. Like, I mean, a lot of my
Ventura
friends,
people, though, Oxnard guys were harassing you.
They used to when I first moved out here. But
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I honestly like spend most of my time out there anyway. You know,
I know you're fucking
you know,
here a lot, dude, and I'm always wondering, like, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean,
it's my home.
hard.
It
is your home, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to escape, you know.
What do they say? You can move out of Oxnard, but you can never take the Oxnard out of me. So.
That's right. The land of no toilets.
Hell yeah.
Carry that shit into Torrance, dude. How is the scene out there compared to Oxnard? I mean, is it, you know, not? I mean, is it comparable? There seems to be shit going on. I mean, obviously the pandemic shut everything down, but
the South Bay, I mean, there's like a few punkers, but like and when I do go out, it's always the Long Beach.
Is that what it is? That's where the scene is.
or like downtown LA. And I'm usually like either or. I don't spend much time like in in the South Bay. It's a lot of surf Nazis and shit, man. They suck.
They're still around, huh?
Oh, dude, like hardcore. They're like surf Nazis with like Circle One and black flag tattoos.
Yeah, it's like a you know, Ventura's notorious for guys with Martinez tattooed on their back and then also SS bolts.
Right, and they're like dating a Hispanic woman, you know.
Yeah, totally. Their kids are half Mexican or mostly Mexican, you know. And you're like, really? Okay, skinhead, huh? Trip out.
Yeah. It's pretty lame in Hermosa. I never go down there. Like on the promenade or the boardwalk is just fucking full of douchebags.
Oh, I bet, man. Yeah, it's fucking. You know, they're like the Texas of fucking the LA County, dude.
Absolutely, man. For sure.
It's fucking Trump City down there. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to. I was wondering, like, fuck, man. I mean, you're downtown in LA a lot. How's that home? Do you see the homeless shit down there a lot? Or I mean, it's fucking. Last time I went through there, I was shocked, bro. I mean,
dude,
and I'm used
gnarly.
to seeing some gnarly shit, but I was there with my kids. We did that Stranger Things drive through.
Oh yeah.
Which was really cool. But we were
cool.
driving through straight up homeless encampments in the street, like around tents and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been for 10 years. Like 10 years ago, it was bad, but like now it's just fucking flooding just on the outskirts of like town, like all over the place, man. But I trip out on some of some of these creative, people, like they like have like tree houses and shit, dude, like well built.
Yeah,
it's like they have like electricity. You're like, what the hell?
Pulling it off the poles and shit.
They're the ones that like actually give a shit.
Yeah,
Those
man.
guys are cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm all for, you know what I mean, making your own and all that, but it does get to the point where you're like, this is fucking crazy, man. Like, I know,
man. I mean, I feel bad. That's, it's, what are you going to do though, man?
You haven't lost your compassion for him yet, huh?
Not at all, man. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I always I believe in hope. I always hope there's a light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah. Well, that's nice of you.
Once you give up hope, I mean, you kind of just, there's no reason to live, really.
Yeah. Hoping that this place will pull itself together.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking, I don't know. It's hard to say. Because as a guy with kids now, it's like, I used to be the most compassionate human. And now I'm like, get the fuck away from me, man. Like, especially if I got my kids with me, like I got people fucking walking up and saying shit to me or whatever, you just don't know, man. Like you hear these stories, in Ventura alone, fucking someone getting stabbed in the neck at Aloha while they're eating with their family. And you know what I mean? It was like, that was a while ago now, but shit like that happens now everywhere. People are getting robbed on the fucking streets.
I feel like it's almost like the 90s all over again, dude. Like
it does feel like
crimes coming back, dude, like murders and shit. And
yeah,
you just gotta watch your back,
Yeah. I mean, and I think punks are so well equipped to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? Like we know, I was talking to a guy last night on a podcast where I was doing, and he's from fucking gang life, prison, all that shit. And we were talking about the difference of like someone who like grew up, like how we grew up kind of, I would assume I don't know much about your past, but you can walk into a situation and know like, this feels wrong, dude. Like this feels bad. This is fucking something. This guy's weird. You know what I mean? Like we're more acutely aware of these things, I think, than
totally.
A lot of norms. You know what I mean? The civilians.
Yeah.
And not being fucking learning how to not get stabbed at a show. You know what I mean? Like where not to stand.
Of course, everyone wants to go in a place where it's safe, but also, I mean, you gotta have the intuitive like kind of read people and kind of get a feel and the vibe for things. That's why I like coming out to Ventura County for shows, because like I know everyone there, and I know it's going to be an awesome fucking time and an awesome show. I don't have to worry about shit. But sometimes I go to like shows out here, like backyard gigs and stuff. I see like so much violence, dude. It's like,
yeah, it's a big difference, right?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Because I've always said that Ventura and Oxnard is like such a special fucking community, dude. Like. You can do a show of 500 people and there won't be one single problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's fucking crazy. But it's like you go to a show of 500 people in LA and it doesn't matter almost where you are. There's going to be something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe it's just
expect some shit to pop off.
Yeah. It's just fucking crazy. It's such a unique thing out here. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've been all over the country and I've never experienced that anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Same. No, absolutely. Same, dude. Craziest places I've been was like New York and LA. I mean, they're necking, from coast to coast.
Yeah.
But anywhere in between is super mellow.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. I've been in some bad neighborhoods in Philly and Detroit and fucking some.
Oh man, I remember like when Last Priority was on tour, our US tour, we played Philadelphia and we hung out with Jimmy Rose at his place. That was crazy, man. He definitely lived in a neighborhood, dude.
Yeah. Was it we went to a neighborhood, we played a house show in Philly, and they were like, the guys at the house, it was like they were like the only punks that live in this area. And the guy, like, he broke it down. He's all, listen to me. Do not walk left. Don't fucking walk left. He's all, you can walk to the right to the liquor store and back. That's our path. We don't go left. You will fucking get killed. You know what I mean? And you're like, Yeah, and you're like, and if they're telling you that and they fucking live there, it's fucking bad. You know what I mean?
Actually, like one time when me and Carrie went to Riot Fest in Chicago, it was at Douglas Park where like, they have it now. It's like not in the best of neighborhood either. Like as soon as the festival's over, there's like a bazillion Ubers there picking everybody up.
Yeah.
You never see anyone leave like the premises. But I remember like we're kind of like buzzed. We're walking down the street and we're asking like some locals. We're like, yeah, is there like a local bar we can cruise around here? They're like, nah, man,
no.
Like,
not
you
for
go,
you,
like,
buddy.
Downtown.
Get your ass out of here. Yeah, Chicago don't play, dude.
They'll especially you. You're a big guy. They're gonna want to fuck with you real quick first.
It is the problem of being the big guy too. They always want to fuck with you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm lucky enough to be. I'm short, but I'm big. And I tend to, I see that shit and I try to get a mile away from it. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
My days of fucking scrapping are far long gone, but, yeah, it's when you get into some of those neighborhoods, man, you just start to trip. And, and I've always said that punks are the greatest gentrifiers of all time. We move into every bad neighborhood and make it okay.
Oh, totally.
Make it okay for the man buns and the fucking artisanal coffee shops to move in.
Totally.
It's like we're fighting the system, but we're also creating the system at the same time.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's funny you say that because when I was living with Brady and Ryan, like the last Priority House in El Rio, we used to throw shows at the Buckhorn, that fucking local bar next door.
Right.
And it was like, dude, it was sketchy like 90% of the time, dude. Seriously.
Totally, yeah.
And,
but it's strength in numbers, right? I mean,
yeah, man. Well, I mean, like drunk essays will be banging on our door and shit, asking for cigarettes or like, they're gonna beat us up.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, we eventually became friends with them and like they liked us and we we threw cool parties and shit and shows at their like little local, dive bar.
See, but that's where it starts, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. The homies get used to you guys and then they start seeing some other guys that like, you know what I mean? Start to move in and are like nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Won't try to kill you,
Brady and Ryan got it the worst because I grew up in El Rio, so I already knew like most of these guys and shit.
Yeah.
And but they're new, So like who's your friends?
Yeah. That's how it was for me in Montalvo. You know what I mean? Which Montalvo is not the most dangerous fucking neighborhood on earth, but it is a couple blocks of fucking. There's some guys that get busy over there, dude, and I grew up back there, you know what I mean? So like I didn't have a problem with any of the old school homies or anything like that. But when we had taken over that, were you around when we took over that cul-de-sac?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was around back then.
I didn't, you were around, but there was like 7 apartments of our friends on the one fucking street, dude. And it was like, they had no idea what was going on. But the people in the neighborhood, they were tripping, dude. And it was like, and then our friends were getting fucked with and punked and, you know what I mean? But they never fucked with me because I grew up back there. I'm like, hey man, I'll go fucking talk to Tony. How's that? They're all, what, dude? Like, how do you, I'm like, dude, I grew up back here, bro. So they didn't fuck with me too much, but
yeah, it's good to know somebody, at least somebody.
It is, man. And you just got to know how to operate in these places,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's about knowing where you're going,
Right, and plus, you didn't want to let them punk you or like make you look like a bitch, or also walk all over you. Yeah, just like anywhere else, man.
As soon as it starts once, dude. We had to I remember one time we were like we were chilling at the house and there's it goes in waves, right? So it's like summers, they're all out there fucking tweaking, they're out running the streets, and then they all usually get locked up for the winter. But it was like in the middle of one of those summers, and we had these tiny a tree that was like overhung in our backyard. And I remember getting a call from Rosie, and she's like, dude, there's some tweaker like in our tree, like literally in our fucking tree, like twacked out of his mind, talking all crazy, like talking to us while we're in our little back patio, and he's sitting in the tree. And I came home and I just instantly fucking lit him up with a pellet gun, dude.
Oh, nice.
Just like, slap, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. He's like, ah! I'm like, dude, don't let those guys do that because they'll try to get in the house. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
100%. You gotta stake your claim, man. Like, I had it was like me and my wife, another girl, fucking a couple guys that just weren't, they weren't with the business like I was. You know what I mean? And I came home and lit him up with fucking pellets, dude. Just stop, and fucking trees, scammering out of there. Like, fuck, nice, man. Nice. No, I mean, it's part of living, man. I remember there was a time with Tyler Castro, you know, Tyler.
No, of course.
He was telling me that because he lived right on Whippoorwill and he was walking to 7-Eleven. It was like 1 a.m, dude. And he fucking hears a bunch of gunshots start to go off. So he fucking starts running, dude. And he's just booking it. And he looks over and he's running next to the dude that has the gun. And he's like, fuck. And he said he dove like into the trash. Fucking way. It's like, fuck. You know?
Oh, man.
Pretty good shit, dude. But yeah, it was fucking wild times over there in Montalvo, man.
Oh yeah, I remember one time I was living in Hollywood, like off of Sunset and Western, like super ghetto area, and I lived upstairs in an apartment, and there's like this drive-by that happened next door in the next building, and the cops come and block off like each side of the street. There's my buddy Nate from Shatter Badge is actually visiting me, but he couldn't come in, so it was blocked off, and so I walk outside and I see some guy sitting on my stairs, and he's like, "Hey man, can you like walk out there and see if it's like the coast is clear?" And I was like, I kind of put 2 and 2 together. But like maybe like this guy was the guy that got shot at or shot at the house, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of walk out. I'm like, yeah, dude, the coast is clear. And like he like jumps the fence. And I just see like these cops tackle him right away. And I'm like, okay, I got to move out of here now.
Yeah, dude. The day we moved into Montalvo, we were the first people that moved in there. It was me and Tony Lopez. You know Tony Lopez?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, me and him like moved in together, right? We got an apartment. It was a 5-bedroom apartment, dude, and there could be 2 people legally on the lease per room, right? So at first it was nice. It was like 5 of us. It was good. But the day we're moving into Montalvo, right? Like, we're trying to get our couch in the fucking place, and it's a tight little corner. And he's on the outside, I think. Yeah, he's on the outside. I'm on the inside, right? And all of a sudden he hears like hood, and like 6 or 8 fucking cops with shotguns and like AK or ARs are hiking right next to our door to like chase someone through the neighborhood. And fucking Tony's like, oh, he's like trying to shove the couch in the house as hard as he can. He's like, fuck, dude. The cops are looking at him. He's like, we're just moving in. You know, he's screaming because I'm on the inside. I can't see. I just know that he's shoving and fucking screaming, you know. So finally I put the couch down. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I look and just cops are chasing this dude, fucking like 8 of them, dude, are fucking chasing this guy through the neighborhood. And I was like, oh, that was day 1, you know. I was like, well, this is gonna be interesting. Day 1, man. Yeah, it's crazy shit, dude.
Poor Tony, he's like the sweetest guy too.
Oh, I know, he's such a sweetie, dude. But yeah, I fucking, you know, we lived together for years, man. We lived together for fucking years.
I remember us to go to the Kenji Shack a long time ago.
Yeah, I keep trying to get Kenji to come on the pod, but he won't do it.
How come, man? He's just like,
I don't know. He says he's embarrassed. But go, Kenji, if you're listening, fucking suck it up, dude. Come on. He's like, I don't have nothing to say. I'm like, you're such a liar. He
has a lot to say, man. I've been to so many cool shows and parties at that place, dude.
I know. I want to do a whole fucking episode about the Kenji Shack, man. That was some wild shit over there. For those of you who don't know, the Kenji Shack is literally, I don't want to blow up his spot, but he has, you know, it's a beautiful fucking farm. And he had this shack that people fucking lived in for years, dude. And we would do outdoor shows there. And it was awesome, man. I mean, it was like pure awesome Oxnard at its finest. I mean, couches were getting lit on fire. It was like no holds bar over there.
That was
Halloween
awesome.
shows. You remember the Halloween shows over there?
Oh, yeah, dude.
They were nuts.
Ragers.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. And anyway, it was a great time for fucking Ventura. I mean, back in the Kenji days, you know what I mean? The early Glass and Ashes days.
I remember, I forgot how old I was, but this was years ago, like this pad in Saticoy. I don't know if John Carrara used to live there or something.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that big
86
farmhouse.
House. Was that the 86 house? I'm not sure what it was. But,
no, it was off Wells.
Yeah.
I live right by it.
Okay. I remember going to some really cool Halloween and like shows and parties over there.
Yeah, I remember Annihilation Time did a Black Flag set.
I wasn't at that one.
Oh, you weren't? Dude,
no.
That was nuts. There was like 500-600 fucking people there.
Yeah, I think I saw like Mission 23rd at like a show there or some shit.
Right.
This is how like long ago it was, you know?
Yeah, that was at least 15 years ago, probably.
I remember the costume that I wore. I was a strawberry. I was an Oxnard strawberry. It was like this big poofy strawberry and shit. And everyone knew like right away, which is cool.
Dude, my a couple of my buddies that night one of them went as a little David, went as a pink taco, and the other one he was like a taco, but he spray painted it all pink. So it looked like a giant pussy. And then my other buddy was like a giant penis. And there's a picture somewhere of them together holding hands while cops are like right behind him. And they're like, ah! It was crazy,
Excellent.
dude. Yeah, the
Classic.
Halloween shit was awesome. It's always awesome out here, man.
Yeah. Then everybody became dads and
I know.
parents.
Well, you know what, man? We did a pretty good job holding down shows for a long time with the cover bands, you know?
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you ever do any of the cover bands for Halloween?
So we threw a show at the Buckhorn. It was a Halloween show, and like last Friday we were supposed to do a Bad Brain set.
Right.
And I forget. There's like I think John Carrara was in a Misfit set or whatever. But
Yeah.
I remember Ryan and Brady got like an argument. Seriously, right where on stage, about to hit the first chord.
No
and
way.
then just like they just both like walked away, and
Dude.
like we didn't even get to play. It was so
Oh
dumb.
man. Well, I remember us playing a show, and I swear to God, it was there. And we did do Bad Brains. It was us. It was me and Josh and Maddie and someone else. And fucking Maddie could not get the lyrics down. And I swear to God, I thought it was you that jumped up and helped sing some songs.
Probably.
Yeah, it was like, because little Maddie Critter was just like, you know, it's a lot to remember. And he just didn't take it serious at all. But we had the music like down. And I swear to God, he quit singing and you fucking finished out a couple of the songs with us.
I'm actually wearing a Bad Brains shirt right now.
There you go, man. Fuck yeah.
One of my favorite bands of all time.
Are they? I was going to ask. I mean, if Bad Brains is it.
Well, like, what really, this is what got me into punk rock. Like, I grew up in El Rio as a little cholo. I went to a house party, and like, I remember this band from Real Mesa called Juanita's Kitchen.
Okay.
Total horrible band, but like, they were playing in the garage, and I just felt the energy right away. Wanted to pick up a guitar, but I remember stealing a mixtape off of Nate from Shattered Badge.
Okay.
It was like the essentials of punk. You know, I got Descendants, Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, Bad Brains, and I'd play the shit out of that tape just over and over and over again, dude. And
yeah,
those songs just drilled a hole in my memory and inscribed in my mind, you know. So
and that's what did it, huh?
That's what did it, man.
Were you aware of like the Nardcore lore at the time, or
yeah,
no?
I was.
You were?
Because
okay.
My all my aunts, they work at Costco with Tony Cortez and Don Cortez.
Okay.
So they used to give me like tapes, since this one, like Ill Repute, Bleed was out. It's like one of their like,
you
know, poppier albums.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe Rivas was on guitar or something.
Right.
But I remember my aunt taking me to the living room in Goleta or wherever the fuck it was at, and seeing my first Ill Repute show.
Nice.
And that just like sparked it off, and like, you know, my punk friends will like find old Mystic tapes of like Aggression and Dr. No, then it was boom.
yeah, dude. Those
I didn't how big. I didn't ever realize how big the local scene was, you know, until like I actually got to see it and like in person, you know.
Yeah, was the living room the real first show where you were? Do you remember which one it was? Was it the one that was in It's a Church Now, or was it the one that was the other one that was in the strip mall?
I remember there was two locations. There's one like in some sort of plaza, like a shopping plaza, but I think it was a church.
Yeah, so that was the original one.
Yeah, it was like back in the day, dude.
Yeah, like, because that was the first show I went to.
Rad.
It was the Unabombers, fucking Patient Zero. Fuck, dude, there was a bunch of bands that night. I remember showing up, like I had just gotten into punk, and then I was also into like Jesus shit, and I fucking got over there, dude. And Buck, I don't know if you ever met Buck, but you know,
I met a couple of times.
Anyway, he zeroed in on me like so fast and ripped me apart. You know what I mean? And just questioned me about shit. And I was like, I was literally 14, 15, maybe, you know what I mean? And not prepared for Buck. But I do remember watching the show, and I wish I could remember who the fuck else played. It might have been Missing 23rd too. But
I remember it
changed my world.
And then I bet it was this band called The Choice.
Okay.
And there was an album called Sunday Soccer. I remember I picked up that CD, and there was some oi like street punk band from Santa Barbara, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Ill Repute.
Yeah.
That was one of my first shows I've ever been to. Actually, the first rock and roll show I've been to was at the Ventura Theater. It was a Great White.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Fucking once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, dude. And I mean,
I remember I met Tito Jackson the night too. He was there.
No way, really?
Yeah,
he was
like
at the show.
Yeah, I was like 12 years old.
So rad.
But what do you call it? Yeah. Then I moved. Well, like I said, I grew up in El Rio. I used to live in the Arbolitos apartments on Alvarado Street, and that was the ones right directly behind Laser Star.
Right.
So, like
the Laser Star days were awesome, dude.
Oh, bro, that was like
that was where I really cut my teeth.
Yeah, for sure. The golden years, man. I saw so many great bands coming out of that place, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's where I first seen like hardcore dancing, you know, like windmilling and shit.
They say Zarian's the one that fucking did it. Zarian's supposedly the one that brought hardcore dancing to Ventura County.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, Charman Zarian.
Yeah.
I guess he was like way early before anyone else knew what the fuck it was. He knew what it was and started doing it at shows, and that's what caught on. Dude. That's the lore, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks, Zarian.
Yeah, I fucking son of a bitch. That's one thing about the I don't get it. I don't get the fucking hardcore dancing. Does it piss you off? It pisses me off.
Well, this is what happened when I first walked in and I saw it. I remember it was a band, I think it was Eyes Full of Rage. I walk in, I see like these guys kind of just doing, you know, some crazy windmills and karate kicks and shit. And I was like, whatever. So I kind of went in there and kind of started slam dancing around, being a little fucking punk. And some guy comes up to me, he's like, "You're interrupting our dance," and he like sucker punches me. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like confused. I was like, "I don't get it." Like, but I didn't realize it was like a straight edge, like kind of militant hardcore show. And I was like outside drinking beer and smoking cigarettes and shit.
Yeah, you came into the wrong area, I guess.
Yeah, and I get it now.
I mean, I get it if that's what it is. You know what I mean? But what bums me out as a punk, and you know, I was a metalhead first, right? So I was like already used to violent hits, but punk was, you know, it's the same tenets, right? You fucking run in a circle. There's just more punches thrown at a metal show. You know what I mean? But everyone still kind of picks each other up. And when I saw that shit coming in, and I don't have any problem with the music, and I understand what it is, but it is a huge bummer to me. Like, it means that 6 people get to have a great fucking time, and 25 people get to protect themselves from getting karate kicked in the fucking head, dude. Like, it just destroys the whole purpose of a show to me. Like, and it really turned me off, like, to going to shows for a long time, especially like in that late 90s, early 2000s, where it got really, really big, you know?
It was gnarly back then, dude.
It was bad, dude. And I didn't fucking, you know, all that Donnybrook shit, like they're pulling guns and shit on each other. It was like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it like some gangster shit going on.
Yeah, it was just jocks. Jocks got into hardcore, you know? And it's not all of them, you know what I mean? And there's some bands that I really like, but that shit really, it still bums me out to this day. Now, if I'm at a hardcore show and that's what it is, then that's what it is. But when it's a punk show and you got one dude that's fucking, you know, doing the fucking lawnmower or whatever, you know, picking up change, I'm like, fuck this guy, dude. It makes me want to smash him, you know?
You know, the thing that really grinds my gears about that shit, though? All those straight edge kids, well, not all of them, but I mean, like, the ones that beat me up, you know, they're like totally opposite now. Like, drug addicts, like just like losers, you know.
Preaching straight edge, fucking Xing up their hands, all that shit, right?
Dude, I remember one time, like, I was doing some wrought iron work when I was doing construction at this place, like, I think it was in Camarillo or something.
Hold on, bud. And, what's up, King? I'm in here doing a podcast. I don't care what you do. Have fun. Bye, kids, man. Yes, bud. I can't tell you that right now. I love you, man. Bye.
What's up, kiddo?
Yeah. Anyway, kids. So you're doing some wrought iron work?
Yeah. And then this one guy who was like smoking some weed in the garage and kind of invited us in. And he's like, "Hey, you want to smoke?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah." And then I looked at, he was like, had his shirt off and he had like big old, like, you know, SE, like straight edge tattoo on his stomach.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey man, you look familiar. Did you ever go to like the Laser Star shows back then?" I was like, "Yes. Yes, I did." Yeah. I put two and two together. He was one of the guys that beat me up. Smoking a cigarette outside the fucking venue.
Oh, did you hit him with a piece of rebar, dude?
I wanted to so bad, dude. I was like, but you know, and I was like, I bit my tongue. I was like, you know what? I'll hit this joint.
I'll hit this fucking joint. How's that?
I'm gonna smoke it all.
Just know that we know you're a fucking sellout.
Totally, dude. In the back of my head, I was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's the thing about being young, dude. I mean, there's a reason that like teenagers made the best Nazis back in the World War II, because the world is so black and white for us back. You know what I mean? Like, I see it with my kids now. You know, there's a point where everything's color and fucking there's nuance and you can play, and then like they hit this certain age, dude, and everything becomes like an absolute injustice or fine. You know what I mean? And it's like I think just mentally what your brain's going through with that maybe 10 to like 13, 15, 16, you know what I mean? Like I could see why, you know, children were ratting their parents out in World War II, you know what I mean? And shit like that.
Totally.
Like it's fucking because we were all some ignorant fucks back then, dude.
Oh, absolutely. I'm guilty of it too, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I was a total douchebag. I thought that was the most punk rock kid out there, and I still fuck all the other kids, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
I was that guy.
Yeah, because remember we grew up during the Instapunk days, right? The poser days, where if you started liking punk, you were called a poser for the first year until you really actually liked punk.
Put in some work, you know, some
yeah,
legwork.
it was like an apprenticeship program. Yeah, totally. It was like an apprenticeship program. You had to be you were a punk rock apprentice for like a solid year. Then if you hung in there,
I still feel like I am.
Yeah, right.
All these years.
I trip out that punk rock is like almost 50 fucking years old, man.
I know, man.
You know, I never would have thought in 1,000 years this music would have lasted that long.
I feel like it aged like a fine wine, though, dude. You know, it's still active. It's still, the fire's still there. You know,
yeah.
The angst, not as much as the golden days, but I mean, it will always be there.
Yeah, it will. I think it will always be there. You know.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, you know, obviously fist fight on Ecstasy. You guys always fucking seem to be doing a lot, but are you? I always had the like wondering, like, God, what's the next fucking generation gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, we always wonder, like, oh, dude, are these guys gonna pick up the torch? Have you seen? I mean, COVID aside, have you seen that? Like, do you see that shit really having longevity like that?
Totally, man.
You
Absolutely.
Really do?
Oh yeah. I'm hearing new music left and right, especially out here in LA. Like, I mean, just it's fucking. There's people crushing it and still doing the damn thing, you know.
Yeah, but not old guys, like new kids though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it back home too, you know. I'm sure all your kids are gonna grow up with picking up instruments or maybe following your footsteps some way or another, you know.
Yeah, but it's just so weird how I view it, because my kids, you know, I've said it, genres are fucking dead, dude. Like, my kids are not, and most kids aren't like dedicated to a genre anymore. You know, I built my identity off being like a metalhead and a punk rocker. And I see a lot of the younger generation, they don't give a fuck, dude. They like a fucking hip hop song as much as they like a YouTube song, as much as they like a fucking punk song. It's really weird. I don't know how. And you see, I was thinking about that band.
I feel you on that.
What is that fucking band? They just played Ventura, really popular young hardcore band.
Tarina.
No. Really, really big.
Dead Heat?
No, not Dead Heat. This is how old I am. I literally was just talking about it. I can't decide if I hate their album or I love their album. It's Turnstile. Have you heard that shit?
No, I have not heard of it.
Right? So it's like they're like a hardcore band, but they have so many elements that are other shit. Like, and it was like, and someone broke it down the other day and was like, I mean, because they're huge, and they're like straight like hardcore riffs, but then they'll break into like stuff that almost sounds like 311. It's fucking weird. And as someone was like, yeah, dude, like, imagine if you grew up now and you didn't understand that there was a difference between like a 90s hardcore band and a band that was like not as hard. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's fucking weird, dude. Like, there's keyboards, and I've listened to the album a couple times and I can't tell if they're geniuses or I hate it. Like, you know, like, because for me, it blends all these genres that should never be, you know, and it's not done bad at all. It's done like really well, but they're young kids, you know, and I just trip on it, dude.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of freaking young talent still coming out, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's telling itself. You can mix a whole bag of genres into one, you know.
Right.
And if you do it, you can do it well. That's pretty fucking brilliant, if you ask me.
Yeah, but it's fucking weird. It's like, I don't know. You know that band Fucked Up, right?
Oh yeah.
Remember like how big they got? They seem to me like they're going to be the new Fucked Up. Like, the singer's not nuts or anything, but it's like that. It's like odd. It's fucking odd punk rock and odd hardcore. it's really weird, dude. And I can't put my finger on what it is. I don't know, man. But I think it's just I'm getting old. It's
They're
like
male dick hardcore.
maybe, but maybe, and it's also like maybe it's not for my old ass. You know what I mean? Like the music's not for me, dude. Like that's the one thing I like about young music. It's like, yeah, it's not for you, dude. It's for young people. It's not for your old ass. I don't know.
Well, maybe they'll come out with an album that will suit your liking.
Well, I don't think like
ass.
I don't think like that anymore. I'm pretty like I've become so much more open to everything now. Like I listen to fuck my 16-year-old self would be pretty bummed out on me now. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know what I mean? Like with the things I listen to, I was like,
right.
Live and die by fucking metal for my whole life. And now I'm like over here listening to Kanye West's new album.
Oh God, no.
I mean, I don't know. I just listen to it, see what it's like. What's all the hoopla about,
Give it a go. I mean, don't knock it till you try it.
Right. A lot of Jesus in that bad boy, dude. Fuck. There's a lot of Jesus songs on that one. Crazy. Do you listen? Do you really just listen to punk though? I mean, you don't listen to much
I listen
else?
to everything, man. I mean, I love like 80s new wave, dark wave, like dotty shit, hardcore. I mean, if it catches my ear, I'll listen to it. You know?
Do you have a guilty pleasure, like something that you absolutely love that no one would ever?
Duran.
Is it? That's not. Yeah, that's good. I mean, but that's kind of everyone our age has to know some Duran and like Duran.
Should they better?
Yeah, that's true. What's up with Fist Fight? Are you guys planning on doing any touring or recording anymore? What's going on with you guys?
Well, we just released our third 7-inch Holes Inside My Brain during the pandemic. We kept busy just making shit fresh, putting things out, selling merch, making new t-shirt designs.
Yeah.
Working
on Ed's new bikini, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shopping for that guy is pretty fun.
Dude.
What do you call it? We're writing a new record for an LP we want to put out for next year because we're going on tour in Japan next September.
Damn, really?
Inside Victims. Yeah, we did 2 West Coast tours. We're like, fuck it, we're just gonna go to just go balls to the wall and go to Japan.
Dude, how's that? Obviously COVID willing, right? I mean, I would assume. Hopefully COVID's done by then.
Oh
right?
yeah. I mean, if it ain't, it ain't. At least we tried.
Are you booking it yourself?
No. So we have a Mike, Black Mike.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know who he is. Yeah. He's helping us book the tour. We're taking Hiding Inside Victims with us. Mm-hmm. So between everyone's contacts out there, it's gonna happen.
Well, I know Stalag did pretty good out there, dude. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah. Fucking A.
That's badass, man. I mean, have you ever been out of the country?
Oh yeah, of course. I proposed to my wife in England.
No, I meant like playing music though.
Oh,
have you ever got to tour out of the country?
Not
because I haven't either. Yeah, I haven't either, man. I've done like 7 US tours, and I've never got. That's my one bucket list thing that I never. I made like a really small goal list for myself.
Actually, I almost did, but last priority. We did a whole US tour and Canada with the Beaumonts as like members of Big Low Abortions, but I couldn't make it across the border. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been to Canada, but I want to go Europe. I want to go to Japan. I want to go. I want to go something like that, dude.
I've been trying to bark up the guys from over at Rebellion Fest over in Blackpool, England.
Ooh, yeah.
But I hear he's got to like really bark up their tree to kind of get in on like a introduction band like stage over there. But I just like you said, I just want to go there, maybe play a few other cities after that, like London, Manchester.
Yeah.
And then fly back home, call
what
it a
is
day.
How long is the tour in Japan going to be? Like a week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow.
Yeah. So we're doing 2 weeks. We're going to be out there for 2 weeks, but we're only doing shows, like 8 shows.
Nice.
Because we want to have some time off, do some touristy shit.
Yeah. That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah. We're all going to take the bullet train to each city.
Nice.
So we're going to have just fully backline tour, just bring our guitars and cymbals and snare and all that shit.
Yeah, man. They're going to like Ed out there.
I hope so, dude.
Sure, dude. So I don't know if I ever told you, but at that a couple of years ago before COVID, I took them to the Nard Bowl, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was Dad Brains was playing, so I brought the kids, and you guys were playing.
Oh, that's right.
And I made sure that my kids were fucking standing there watching you guys. They're 12 and 10, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you guys start playing, dude. And all of a sudden the clothes are coming off. And I remember my daughter's face. I go, hey, look at the singer. And she looks and she's all like, her face was like, I just broke pure innocence. Like, she's like, what is he doing? I'm all, he's a bad motherfucker, huh? She's all, oh my God.
You know? Oh man, it's like mixed emotions sometimes at shows. Like people are like 90% of the time people are like screaming and cheering, like, hell yeah, that's awesome. And of course you get the other people that just kind of like their, you know, jaw drops to the floor, they turn around, shake their head and walk away, you know.
Yeah, and that's fine too, you know what I mean?
Here's a funny story. We played this place in Whittier. I forgot what it's called, like this Starwood or some shit like that, Starlight. So like we're doing our thing. Ed's like had like a clothing malfunction. Like he like had these like pants that were like
his whole fucking career is a clothing malfunction, bro. That's fucking the whole thing.
So he like had this thing planned out. He was supposed to like rip off his pants, you know, like a Chippendale dancer or some shit.
Oh, like breakaway pants.
Yeah. But like everything came off. His like underwear, like his ding dongs hanging out. Like I remember like seeing the owner of the bar was freaking out, dude. Just like running around, arms all over the place. Stop, and like pulling plugs out of the wall. But he's like turn off the lights, but we just kept playing, you know. And he like dropped to his knees, just like make it stop.
How was he? I mean, did you guys get through the set?
No, he
he really stopped you guys, huh?
Yeah, he really stopped us, and he told us we're banned. We're like, let him fucking care. Fuck this place anyway.
Fuck Whittier, dude. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, it has to have that reaction at some places, right? I mean.
Yeah,
you know, especially, you know, it's so funny too because the line is so blurry. I mean, he is naked, you know, he's basically fucking naked, you know what I mean, at every show,
right?
But then it's like this little tiny neon strip is the only thing keeping the whole thing together.
He gets all excited. Like I always tell him, like, you know, put on something new every show. He's like, yeah, I just bought some like leopard print thong underwear. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever.
Perfect, dude, nailed it. Yeah, but then, you know, he's a badass singer too, so you know what I mean, like, you know, if it's a gimmick and he's not good, it's a bad, you know what I mean, but he's a bad motherfucker, dude. I mean, it's, you know, every time he puts on a show, especially for being so big, you know, such a big dude and fucking fearless, man.
Yeah, I remember one time we played this, I think it's called the Ritz over in San Jose. It's like a really nice venue. We're on tour and like I forgot who we were playing with, but Cold Claw, they're really good, but a bunch of like black metal bands. So like we walk in, there's like these guys with, like corpse paint on their face, just like looking at us, kind of like, who are these guys, you know? And I was kind of like telling it, I was like, oh great, we got like, you know, some competition. And like we go on stage and everyone just had a blast, dude. We like blew everyone out of the water. We had the best crowd response. Even the black metal guys were like banging their head to us, you know.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. I mean, you know, that it invokes that reaction of people, you know, and it is, you know, it's a tradition of fucking punk rock, dude. You know,
that's right, man. Let's go and do the damn thing, and
you got to release records and we do it well. Yeah. So when you released the record during COVID, right? I mean, obviously you couldn't do much. I mean, did you try to shift focus on doing anything other, like create like videos, or did you guys do anything like that?
I want to. I really do. Like, there's so much ideas I want to put to the table, but I mean, it's just getting all of us together because we all have crazy jobs, and 3 of us are married. 1 of us has kids. You know, it'll happen eventually. You know, like I want to take off with this because we're already having a really good response to our, you know, our shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's what I'm focused on. I want to do videos and I honestly, like, I don't even want to release a record ever again. I just want to do like 3-song bangers every year and release videos for them. You know what I mean? That's how I've changed my whole entire thing. Cause we're not touring, you know, all 3 of us have multiple children. We're all fucking old. You know what I mean? Touring for 5 weeks out of the year is out of the question. You know what I mean? There's just no way with jobs and careers, and we're just enjoying playing, you know? So I'm thinking like, dude, let's just release a few bangers a year and fucking make videos for them and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, if we could get on a festival of some sort, then great, you know, but.
Oh, totally. I mean, I just keep it, like I said, keep it fresh, keep it moving, you know, you don't have to tour a bajillion cities and whatever, you know, as long as it's out there and available and something to look at physically.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, you want to stay in people's fucking brains at this point, right? Because the turnover is so fast. I mean, by the time you do a record and put it out, you're talking a year and a half fucking later. You know, it's like, and then you're lucky. Everyone's like, oh yeah, who's that? Oh yeah, I remember that. You know, it's like, you know, and then they get a couple songs and you're like, fuck, man, you know.
Yeah, surprisingly, our records do very well over like at Soldiers. We sell out of them all the time.
That's awesome, man.
I always have to keep restocking them, and even out here, like record stores always are calling me back, like we need some more. We need some more.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, you know, punks and metalheads fucking support the scene. You know, it's rad.
Totally.
Did you guys put the record out yourself, or did you do on the label?
It's all under my DIY label, Etard Records.
Oh, okay. It's all on Etard.
Yeah.
How's the fucking pressing world going? Is it pretty rough right now? I've had friends tell me it's rough.
Oh, it took forever, dude, to get them. Like,
yeah,
especially during COVID, things came to a halt, you know, a couple times, and I was kind of like, I went to a new pressing plant, Palomino, out of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go through Rainbow Records. I mean, I loved them to death, but obviously they went under for some weird reason, for like rent issues or some shit. So I'm kind of like shopping around blindly, just kind of like getting a feel for what's affordable, available, and what looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next one I'm probably gonna go through somebody else. I wasn't too stoked.
Yeah. Did you start the label just out of necessity or something that you really wanted to do?
Kind of both, I guess.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, after we got dropped from Mystic, like I was like,
oh
fuck
yeah,
it, you know?
I got some questions about that too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've been playing music for a long time, and I'm lazy and I'm broke, and I want people to do it for me and release it for me. You know?
Totally, dude. Yeah.
So that's why I want. And the whole Mystic thing kind of fell in my lap, and it just turned out to be stupid. And then I realized that my heart belongs in the DIY culture, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm just do what I always did and just release it myself." You know?
Right. Yeah.
And I have I know where everything's going, all the money's going. I have unlimited creative input on it, you know.
Right. And it's a better product for yourself, right?
Totally, man.
Because that dude has made a fucking career ripping people off. I mean, you know, there are no end to stories about Moody fucking people over, right? I mean,
yeah, I know.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive?
He's like 90 years old or some shit.
Still fucking people over, huh? Yeah. I mean, so how did it go? Like, do you mind talking about it? I wanted to ask, like, you know, what was it? Where did you start to be like, this is dog shit, dude?
So what really popped it off was like, we had this song called Stab a Klansman.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you know what? Either you change the lyrics or change the name of the song, because I guess the KKK is protected by the ACLU. And they were like stressed on getting sued or some shit. And my argument was like, that's funny. You have a fucking compilation about killing cops and shit. I don't see how the fuck this is like any different, dude. You know?
That's wild that he would actually record. Was it him or was it someone else at the label?
Someone, one of his minions, her name's Candace. She was the one that like threw the whole contract thing at me, and she was relaying the messages that he was telling her, you know?
Right. But dude, I mean, for a punk label to want to dictate what's on a punk record is like, that's weird, man.
For sure. And I mean, not only that, like after signing it, it caused some backlash, you know, with our friends back home. And
right. Because there's a lot of fucking bad memories from Mystic and Nardcore, right?
Absolutely, man. And I felt like a total fucking complete asshole, to be honest with you, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad that it worked out badly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like, they're like, they just told me like, we're gonna get back to your material. Like, don't worry about the contract. Just fucking don't talk to us ever again. You know? And I was like, cool, fine, perfect.
So that's what spawned you to really be like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna put this stuff out myself. And
absolutely.
Be done. Yeah.
And then we put Stab a Klansman on with lyrics and the song title on the record.
Dude. I mean, if I could see like if you wrote a song about a school shooting, you know what I mean, or like some really actual ignorant shit, like maybe, you know what I mean, like, but. I mean, what's wrong with stabbing a Klansman, dude?
Nothing.
Not a fucking thing, man. Not a goddamn thing is wrong with that. You know,
totally.
Like, you know, it's just that's fucking crazy, man.
I know, and like I'm a huge Mystic record collector. I mean, I still buy the records, you know, but I've always just wanted to have that cute little skull in the bottom left of my album cover, you know, Mystic Records. And
you should. I mean, did you make the Etard record a fucking? You should make it a likeness of the Mystic fucking skull.
Well, so the first record, I mean, the one that we they dropped us from. I don't know if you ever seen it, but on the back it has like the Mystic Skull but crossed out, you know.
Oh, badass.
Kind of like in spite.
Nice, dude. There you go. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't get sued over that.
Whatever.
Yeah, fuck him, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, because you've heard so many bad stories about that, you know, but I don't. It's fucked up. I mean, for people to judge you on it because, you know, you're fucking trying to get your music out there, dude. And,
Totally, man.
You know, if we fucking made emotional decisions off of everyone's experience from the past around you, none of us would do a single fucking thing, right? I mean, you have to learn this shit for yourself. And I've even in the shit that I've done, you know, like I found out some hard fucking lessons on people I dealt with and was warned about, and like, well, they're not like that with me, you know what I mean? And sometimes they weren't, and it never got to that point, and they treated me fine, but they have a bad reputation about them, you know. It's like you can't fucking go off everyone's emotional reaction to everything. You got to fucking do it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, you found out
this guy is a piece of shit though. So.
Oh no, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, but you know, it fuck you, man. You got to try it. You know what I mean? You got to fucking do what you can do to get your music.
I tried and I failed, and you know what? I'm glad I'm like doing it myself. You know.
Do you really consider that you failed though?
No, I don't.
Failed nothing,
like,
dude.
What? Yeah,
you
right.
tried and he fucking failed.
There you go.
He failed. You know what I mean? He fucking failed, dude. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I know. Well, now I have like 3 records I pressed myself, even a compilation I just put out myself.
Are you just doing your stuff, or are you doing other bands and stuff too?
Well, I released a compilation under Etard. It's the Etardation compilation. It's the first volume. 33 bands, all California. Let me see if I can find a
please
cover for the. Here it is. So this is it right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah, dude. That's badass. It's all California bands?
33 bands, California bands.
Beautiful, man.
A lot of Ventura County bands too. I got like I Decline, Goat Rhythm. Those guys are really cool.
We've been playing some shows with them, dude. We've been playing some shows with those kids. I fucking really like them.
Dude, they rip. I love those guys.
Yeah. Me and Kiddo had a spotted pass for a little bit, but we're all good, you know.
And I'm stoked. Tongue is back, dude, and you're back at it on the guitar and stuff. And
yeah, it feels good to play, man. It really does. I mean, you know, I really wanted to go into this coming out of COVID with like a huge amount of gratitude. Just I feel so lucky to even be able to do this. You know what I mean? On the whatever, you know, we're only doing it for fun. So it's made this band so much funner for me than the Wrath, because the Wrath, we were really trying to be on that path. You know what I mean? Like that we want to fucking do something. We never wanted to make it, but we wanted to be a productive band, you know, and we were in our own way. But, you know, with Tongue, dude, it's just so much funner because it's no pressure and it's just for fun. You know what I mean? And I'm having more fun now, I think, than I have in a long time, you know.
That's good.
Which is great, you know. And I was honestly getting like pretty jaded. Like, you know, I'm like annoyed at playing shows. I'm annoyed when people fucking step on my shit and break it. You know what I mean? It's like, I found myself throwing a tantrum like the last time I fucking played a show, and I was like embarrassed. You know what I mean? Because
oh man,
you just get, you know, we all get frustrated. You know, it's like we're not making any money, and some dude steps on your shit and breaks a $50 fucking cord and a $200 pedal. You know, and it's like, fuck, man, like. And then I realized at some point it's me. Like it has to be me bringing that out in people because it happens to me only. You know, like, you know, I invite it. So I really want to like continue being like very grateful and happy and making the shows super fun, you know, as much as we can. You know what I mean? Totally. For the ear punishing we're putting everyone through, at least, you know.
See, I'm the one that brings the pressure to the band. Like I'm I try to be a perfectionist at playing, and because that's like, you know, I want it worth my time. I want to like put on a good performance that's memorable.
Yeah.
You know? That's
I mean,
good.
The performance is number one. You know, you have to fucking be tight. You have to play well. You have to have energy. You have all those things. But, you know, as far as the pressure we all put on ourselves as punks, especially like DIY punks, is that we are our own worst enemies, and we're perfectionists, and we can let a single fucking note ruin our night. You know what I mean? Like, sure. You know, I think maybe that's just being a musician in general, you know what I mean? But, you know, I've gotten to shed a lot of that over the last couple of years, man. And it's been really, really nice. You know what I mean? Like, because I wasn't much of a control freak in a band, you know, like I think whatever serves the song works. It's whether whose idea it is, all that shit. Like, you know, it's about building the music, you know, and I don't have an ego for it being my song or any of that shit, which there's no room for that anyway. Right. I mean, you know,
Right.
But yeah, we are perfectionists in our own right. I mean, it's what drives you to fucking put out your own music.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
No.
Recovering. She's recovering from the gym.
She jumped up like all crazy, like I was like, what the fuck, you okay?
Yeah. I've learned that women do not like being filmed when they're not ready. You know, and like that in the pods I've done on Zoom and stuff. It's always like the wife's like, no. Like, hey, sorry, man.
She's like on her phone with her headphones on. And
I had something, but I thought of.
She's thought like a bug crawling or some shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's it. Stop the presses, man. Yeah, it's a trip, man. I don't know. I'm just happy to play again, dude. I'm really happy. And we're doing this Halloween show. That's gonna be fucking wild, man. Have you heard about that one?
No, where's this at?
We're doing a Ventura at Gigi's, and it's us and a couple bands from LA. This band Persecutor. They're like a gnarly denim kind of like motorheady black metal band, and then Death Crux from LA. They're like a total goth, you know, that whatever that goth shit is that's popular right now. But and then we're doing a Van Halen set, dude.
Oh no way!
It's gonna be insane. Yeah, it's like we're gonna do. I'm hoping like 6 Van Halen songs, like
that's so
full
sick.
Fucking David Lee Roth. We've been jamming them, dude. And I am so nervous, dude. I'm so fucking nervous, but I'm going full Fatty Lee Roth, dude.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be a wild ass fucking night.
Fatty Lee Roth.
I'm working on all. I need to hit Ed up where he gets his spandex from, dude. See, I gotta hit him up and see where he gets all his cool shit from. But
I'm sure you can find some over at Buffalo Exchange or something.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, but I want to make the shows fun, dude. I want to make them memorable. I want to make them like a good fucking time, you know, at this point. So
fucking A.
Do you guys got any shows coming up or anything?
We do October at the Fresno Punk Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 3-day festival. We're playing the last night. Semi-headlining too, which is weird.
Oh, that's cool, man. Fuck, Fresno's no joke up there, dude.
I know.
It's soon?
October, was it?
Oh, hopefully it'll be kind of cool by then.
I think it's like October 7th, I believe.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So coming up really fast.
Fuck yeah, man. Are you doing any other bands?
No, I was like jamming with this one band out here for like a second. Then they kicked me out. I was too punk rock for them.
Is that what happened?
No, but this band called Cranio, like this Mexican kind of a rock and roll punk. They sound like almost like rudimentary peni, very weird and strange. I was like stoked when I heard them. Like, man, can I play a second guitar for you guys? And they're like, sure. So we jammed a couple songs. I never played a show with them, but they played maybe like 3 shows, and the band just disbanded. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I would like to, if anyone's out there wants to jam some shit out.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I guess you gotta go to Long Beach for that shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
but sometimes me and Shay had this band called Bag, BAG. Okay. I was on drums for that band. Shay was on vocals. We had Digger on guitar and their friend on bass. We played one show in San Pedro at a house party, and then the band just broke up after that.
That's perfect, dude. That's perfect. You know what I mean? That's the bands that I want to be in. The bands that play one show and then you're like, yeah, it was fun. That were good.
It was actually a really cool show too.
Yeah, that's badass, dude.
I wanted to record like with this band too. Like the songs were fucking heavy. It was awesome.
Okay.
Super fast, but yeah, just nothing ever came out of it.
No, yeah. Well, fuck, man. Well, I mean, constant. You know, I found in my age that I can do a couple things really well. Like I can give my full attention to a couple things now, and I can't do the whole fucking spread too thin thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And so I find that it's a much better product when you really have the time to focus on the one thing and put it all
totally
into
agree
it,
for sure.
Well, fuck yeah, man. Well, dude, thanks for coming on the pod, bro. We already just did a solid fucking hour. That was easy.
Sweet, that went by fast.
I know, man. So where can people find Fist Fight and all that? You want to throw out some fucking?
We are streaming on every platform out there. Spotify, Apple, all that shit. You can find all 3 records You can hit us up on Instagram at fistfightonx. That's ONX, or at Etard Records. You can buy merch, all that shit. We're about to set up a store here pretty soon. Yeah, you'll see us around.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking
We'll come to your
badass.
town.
Yeah. Well, dude, hopefully I'll see you around Halloween or something. Come down to the show. It's gonna be
Yeah, well, you definitely will see me around for
it's
sure.
gonna be ridiculous. Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, man. I'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, Craig. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.